When I first like heard the pitch that yeah, this Merlin, like it's a drunk Merlin who's lost his magic, it's like, okay, you had me at hello. I think it's a brilliant take.
What if the sword chooses a queen?
How would you explain the journey of Nimue in Cursed for someone who's only familiar with the traditional Arthur legend?
When we first see Nimue, she's this very restless girl. She's a bit of an outcast. And the reason for that is that she has these powers that people around her don't understand. She ends up losing her family and her mother and being entrusted with this sword that she has to take to a man called Merlin.
We are used to see this image of Merlin as an old wizard with long hair, and this is quite different from your character.
Let them come!
How it was for you to play this take from Tom Wheeler and Frank Miller?
The character himself, it's such a well-written character, and he's so rich and so complicated. You know, I get to use all my tricks as an actor. He's theatrical, but he's also subtle, and he's intelligent, and he's manipulative, and at the bottom of it all, he still has a lot of heart. So for me, it's the dream role.
That's what I was led to believe.
I've never thought I would see like a drunk Merlin.
I know. Yeah, no, I think it's brilliant. When I first like heard the pitch that yeah, this Merlin, like it's a drunk Merlin who's lost his magic, it's like, okay, you had me at hello. I think it's a brilliant take.
This is the kind of sword that gets you an audience.
This is not our usual Arthur legend.
I'm Arthur.
How it was for you to take on this character's journey?
Learning about the character of the Lady of the Lake was fascinating. I think with a story like this, I took just as much interest in that character than I did in Arthur, because I wanted to understand the story we're telling, and it's like honestly fascinating. Playing Arthur was incredibly important to me because it's a role I never expected in my career to be playing, and being a person of color, it's one of those things where I believe in more diversity and more opportunities like this for actors that not only look like me, but of any color, of any race, of any gender. These opportunities should be open to everyone, because I think with fantasy, the whole point is to reflect the world and to reflect these magical worlds, and we all deserve a place in them.
Long came a maid with eyes like the ice on the sea.
Nimue has like a lot of gifts and quite a reputation, but Arthur, he doesn't seem intimidated by that. Why he feels different about her, and why do you think ordinary men fear her so much?
He's been through so much himself, and he can see that even though people are fearful of her, he can see the person within. He knows what that feels like personally, that people fear you or people think you're different. And I think people fear her because I think a lot of time in these stories, men create wars because of the fear of the other. And I think, and that's what the story has, at the center of it really is, it's the fear of other. Deliberately, in some ways, not trying to understand because you want to eradicate something that doesn't look like you or someone that doesn't see the world like you.
Because we're different. Because magic runs through us. Because we have what they want.
This show has so many layers. It's telling a very strong female story. The lead is a young female, but at the same time, you've got people of color. You're talking about race and religion. It's nuanced and it's layered, and I think it's a story for the family that can hopefully even open up discussions of, if you can believe, I've said this before, but if you can believe in a magical sword, why can't you believe in people of color?
I like to go where good projects are, regardless of of who's making them. As long as talented people and committed people are there to be telling stories that I enjoy, that's where I go. And it just so happens that it was a happy coincidence to come back. It's exciting to be back sort of with a familiar, but also completely new and completely different.
This is our only chance at survival.